Discussing the Jajmani system today. Jajmani system is considered as the backbone of rural economy and social order. It is a system of traditional occupational obligations. In rural India, Jajmani system is very much linked with the caste system as well. Etymologically, the term Jajman has been derived from the Sanskrit word Yajman, which means a person who performs a yajna. Jajmani system is a patron-provider system in which landholding patrons, that is, Jajmans, are linked through the exchange of food for services with the Brahmin priests, artisans such as blacksmiths, potters, agricultural laborers, and other workers. The servicing castes are called the Kamins, while the castes served are called the Jajmans. For services rendered, the servicing castes, that is Kamin, who is also known as Praja, are paid in cash or in kind. In kind, they can be paid grains, fodder, clothes, animal products like milk, butter, etc. The system has two institutional connotations, religious and economic. We shall be discussing primarily from the economic point of view. Key features of the Jajmani Vyavastha. The first is Jajmani Vyavastha or the Jajmani system was hereditary in nature. Jajmani ties are hereditary, that is, various families belonging to various castes keep on providing their specialist services to particular agriculturist families generation after generation. The latter do not have the right to discontinue the services of the families of serving occupational castes. Secondly, it is a permanent relationship. The Jajmani relationships are not like wage relations which can be terminated after the transaction is over. They are durable. They continue over generations. They are exclusive. They are exclusive in the sense that one family will carry out its relations with only one particular family of that particular occupational caste. For example, the farmer family is supposed to carry on such relations with only one blacksmith family, and this blacksmith family should make tools only for their own farmer families. The third feature is that it is based on barter exchange. The relationship between Jajman and Kamin is not purely economic, but is a human relationship. Accordingly, Jajman takes full responsibility for the welfare of the Kamin, and the Kamin serves the Jajman with full dedication and devotion. Jajman not only provides Kamin with food, but also gives him clothing and residential accommodation. The amount of food grain given to the Kamin depends upon the nature of the services rendered. The fourth feature is peace and satisfaction. According to W. H. Weiser, peace and satisfaction or contentment is a significant feature of Jajmani system which it provides to the villagers. The Kamins of a Jajman feel a sense of security. They are not worried of finding employment. This system provides relief to the Jajmans as well, as the Jajman is assured of the services of the Kamins. The fifth feature is difference in scope of work. Under Jajmani system, the range of work of different Kamins is not uniform. There is no specific provision that certain Kamin should work for one family or one village. A Kamin may or can effectively cater to the needs of 2 or 3 villages depending upon his nature of work. The sixth feature is ideology of paternalism. It is noted that there are multiple bonds between the Jajman and the Kamin, or we can say between the patron and the client. The patron looks after all those families that work for him. He advances loans, or gifts to them at the time of festivals and other similar occasions. He safeguards their interests. He saves them from exploitation at the hands of others. So, an important feature of Jajmani system is that it is based on the system of or the ideology of paternalism. The seventh feature is integration of castes. Jajmani system leads to the integration of castes. Interconnect between different castes is reflected through the joint celebrations of festivals such as Holi, Sharad Purnima, observation of Sankranti, etc. on the part of the various caste groups. Through these celebrations, caste integration and solidarity is maintained and strengthened, and the social unity of the village is ensured. The eighth feature is functional in nature. Jajmani system is functional. It provides security to lower castes that they will never go hungry. For the upper castes, it ensures a regular and uninterrupted supply of services. Because of these relations, the village emerges as a unified body where the patrons organize rituals and activities that symbolically affect the unity of the village. The ninth and the last feature is that it is related to the performance of rituals. Under the Jajmani system, the servicing castes, that is, the Kamins, perform the ritual and ceremonial duties at the Jajman's houses on occasions such as birth, marriage, etc. All people who help in the function receive gifts of food, money, and clothes, depending partly on custom, partly on the Jajman's affluence, and partly on the recipient's entreaty. We shall talk about the merits and demerits of the Jajmani system. First, taking the merits of the Jajmani system. There are 4 specific merits that we'll talk about: occupational protection, economic security, security of services, and personalized close relations. As far as occupational protection is concerned, we can say that in Jajmani system, every person was assured of protection of his occupation. He also knew that if he broke his family occupation, he would not be able to earn his livelihood. He knew that there was no need for him to go in search for any other occupation or profession. Second, economic security. Under the Jajmani system, every person who was engaged in some useful occupation was assured of economic protection. It means that if a Praja or Kamin looked after the Jajman well, he would be able to get his livelihood. Third is security of services. With the result of Jajmani system, while the Praja or the Kamin enjoyed economic security, the Jajman was assured of service. The system was based on hereditary arrangement, and so the services that were provided were permanent. The sons and daughters of the Kamins knew that they would get a job, and so did not bother to search for any other job. Fourth merit was personalized close relations. The relationship between the Jajman and the Praja was not formal and impersonal as we find in the cities. The Jajman and the Praja knew each other very well, had personal and sympathetic relationship. Hence, the relationship in Jajmani was not merely economic or professional as is found in the urban society. Coming to the demerits of the Jajmani system, although Jajmani lasted for a long time, it can be said that it was not free from difficulties and demerits. Some demerits are enumerated below. The first and the foremost was based on the sense of high and low. Like caste system, the Jajmani system was also based on distinction and discrimination between the members of various occupational groups and castes. Kamin or Praja are considered to be lower, while Jajman are considered to be superior. The type of distinction makes the society full of inequality and makes the age-old distinction between man and man as something acceptable, which is definitely not correct. Second is great impediment to occupational and social mobility. Jajmani Vyavastha actively discouraged switching occupation. Kamin was not given the freedom to think of improving their economic conditions. For economic growth to happen, socio-economic mobility and social mobility has to take place. And this was not possible under the Jajmani system. The third is that it leads to exploitation. Since the Jajmans were economically strong, they would try to exploit their Praja or Kamins, and the Kamin's life remained miserable and economically suppressed. Jajmani system in the last few years, particularly after Indian independence, has changed. So now we will look at the recent changes in the Jajmani Vyavastha. In the last few years, we notice that there have been several socio-economic changes which have taken place, and these changes have changed the face of the rural society. So let us look at these one by one. The first is industrialization. With the growth of industries, chances of getting new employment have increased. This made the Kamins to leave their caste occupation and migrate to urban areas. As a result, the Jajman lost the services of the Kamin. Second, decreased rigidity in the caste system. This made it possible for the Kamins to take up new opportunities of employment and also to explore options of social mobility. Third is the spread of education. Education has opened up new opportunities for the youth to move out of the villages and towns and take up well-paying jobs in other places. Fourth, loss of power by the caste councils and the village panchayats. The village panchayats are deprived of the traditional roles. With the weakening of the stranglehold of caste councils and village panchayats, Jajmani Vyavastha has also become weaker. Fifth, abolition of Jagirdari system and introduction of land reforms. These have also contributed in bringing about a change in the Jajmani system. The Jajman is no longer all-powerful. Sixth, the improved means of transport and communication. This has helped in making the market transactions much easier. It has also made it easier for people to sell their goods in different cities and towns. Seventh, monetized economy. Jajmani system was based on barter exchange. Now, most of the artisans prefer to get money for their goods. Cultivators also prefer to buy articles for their daily needs, and this they do from the market by paying cash. Hence, the barter exchange has gradually gone out of the system. Eighth is increased political leanings of the Jajmans. The Jajmans in the present day prefer to have more political support than depending on their Kamins. So we see that due to the above mentioned factors, the Jajmani system is deteriorating day by day, and most of the village communities are no longer dependent on the Jajmani Kamin arrangements. But in the ancient Indian times, as well as in the medieval Indian times, until quite a number of years in the modern times, it was the Jajmani system with its peculiarities which was actually promoting business within the Indian scenario. Thank you.